Hello, hello. All together, let's do the intro. Welcome
Welcome
to the episode of the Hexagon TTRPG.
TTRPG.
Yeah, RPG.
In sync.
The amalgam host.
The Amalgard host.
No,
Hey,
the amount.
everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today
Cheers.
we're going to be doing something very simple. First, we're going to
does
all
have a
exchange
triangle.
fluids. Cheers.
Bottle or otherwise?
A bottle.
No.
Bottly.
Bottle.
Bottle.
Today we're gonna make a character. We're gonna do that all stream. So sit tight, get comfy, get a snack, and you're gonna learn today.
Oh,
We
you're
are
gonna
too,
learn.
because
You're gonna learn today.
we're going to be trying different systems as well. Just to
I refuse to learn, actually. Sorry.
see the different ins and outs of different character creation systems.
Yes. But we don't necessarily know where we want to start. We definitely didn't talk about this before the stream started. So we got to figure out what character we want to build. And then we'll just take them through the gauntlet, see how long they last.
Hell yeah. Make them fight each other or fight themselves.
Fight themselves in different systems. A few of the systems could probably go toe to toe.
Yeah. DC 20 and DD.
I don't think so, actually.
Really?
DC 20 doesn't have damage dice.
Oh, we gotta get to that
We
eventually.
have to get to that. Yeah. So, I guess where do we start, folks? What who we thinking? Any names we want to drop? Any characters?
I mean, we got Champs 3 coming up.
We do.
Toss in someone from there.
But who?
Who indeed?
I wonder.
Can't write
Perhaps
that in our
someone-
chat.
Gigantic breath.
That's the character. That is a
Just a pair of gigantic breasts.
Well, let's not. And say we did. This isn't Virginia's store.
Hey, don't talk about Virginia like that, dude.
Kinkiga
Uh, So,
Well, I believe we're going with what was his first name?
Vodos.
Voltos?
Vodos. Vodos. As far as
Dodos!
Vodos.
Like Dodo? It was Dodo?
No, like Vodo.
Oh,
Can
Vodo.
we
Voldo.
share,
Like you're
uh,
back. in
screen?
Sorry,
with,
D&B.
with stream. Share screen with stream. Potentially.
Share stream with
You
screen.
want me to
Yes.
scream on
Share
stream?
screen with stream.
You want me to share my screen?
You know, show the folks what we're doing.
Nobody wants that. Absolutely no.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it on screen in just a sec.
2 shakes of a lamb's tail there, jeez. Give the man just a second.
Can we hear a little bit about those ginormous bahonkadonkers that Vodos has and
Look, all he knows that
what he does
needs
with them?
an extremely large, over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
Goodness.
I guess Vodos is actually your eldest sister now.
Apparently, yeah.
Ooh.
It's bad.
Actually, I don't even care about that.
I don't mind.
That doesn't make one difference to me. I like that a lot, actually. The only sister of 6 children.
Just to keep all the
Family of 6
brothers in
children.
line.
Yeah,
Back pain, thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely back pain.
Googa Palooga Bonka. Jesus Christ.
Say that 3 times fast.
What kind of adventurer would Vodos be? Not even just like class-wise, like archetype.
I'm unsure, but they're kind of like a military leader. That's what she is. She leads the captain of a militia platoon, basically. And in the platoon, there are different squadrons. Like you guys make up a squadron.
Okay.
So she is the platoon leader.
Is she kind of like running in with a sword and shield?
She definitely is tactician, but can lead from the front.
Okay.
So she's potentially not in the mix sometimes, and she's.
If she's in the mix, that means shit's going wrong. Let's just say. If she's in the mix, it means her tactics aren't working, and she probably pulls out the line like, if you need, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. That's
She shores it up.
That's what she's gonna do, and it's yeah. Basically, she is one of her platoon and her handpicked squadrons within the platoon. Their main job, which is a little bit different from other platoon leaders, but she focuses on infiltration of Rhone, to rescue survivors, to recover artifacts, and to do reconnaissance.
All right, I think our job's been taken from us. Sharmi is gonna take it in hand.
It's done.
Over. She's ready.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching.
Oh.
Oh, I left a huge.
So we're all
Gigantic,
reporting
ginormous,
to
actually.
this Vodos.
Yeah.
And our
Indirect.
platoon in total, I know we're part of it, but how many other people
Look it
are
up.
part of the platoon?
So we're not gonna look it up, but in this world, a platoon has about 80 members.
Okay. It's quite a lot.
It's a lot of members.
At full strength.
Divided, that's full strength. Yeah, it's divided into squads of 5, roughly.
Very cool.
What do we see like one of her weaknesses being as a character?
Back pain.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come
on, her back should be so strong, okay?
At this point, I think from your guys' perception, probably arrogance.
I like that.
Things have been going well for her since the fall.
J'aime ça beaucoup.
Things have gone well for. Well, maybe these aren't the right questions. We're trying to build a character here. Never mind. I'm getting into the weeds of it.
You want to know the backstory?
I want to know the backstory.
Well, it's just like she's had many successful missions. She holds the most survival rate on these missions.
Okay.
She tends to bring people back.
Okay. So
Whereas other people, there are a few other squad commanders who kind of or platoon commanders who have this kind of job of the militia, who are in charge. I'll say there's 2 other ones. It's 3 platoon leaders who are focused on infiltration and reconnaissance and stuff like that. And basically, she has the highest success rate.
okay.
And she's also the youngest platoon leader in the militia.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to write age down at some point. Do we have a number?
Well, how old are you, Ura?
No, good question. What did I put? Open up Aura. Alright, quick. I just realized these aren't in alphabetical order. Okay, where is he? Why don't they put these in alphabetical order?
What you sent me, you haven't told me his age. You just told me that he has 5 elder siblings.
Yeah, no, but
We're all
I'm pretty
brothers.
sure I put it into his description. Yeah, I put him as 26.
26. Okay. So, we'll say that she's 34. Actually, no, yeah, you're right. They're half elves. But the mother, no, because they have the same father, right? Oh no, they're both of his parents are half elves?
Oh, I need to know that too.
No, their mother's an elf. Their mother's an elf. Okay, so maybe Votus is not a half elf. Maybe Votus has a different dad with Lazam, and they're full-blooded elves. And then Duval and Arthur, who are your 3rd eldest and 5th eldest brother, respectively, are deceased.
Damn. Poor Una. So she's like a couple hundred years old?
Yeah, we'll say that she could be like 100. We'll say that she's like 160 or something like that.
Young.
Perky.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Kind of know what she's fighting like. She's got a weakness. She's got strengths, age, race. I think this is enough for now. Obviously, we'll discuss more. We'll see what character creation forces us to come up with as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. So let's change this picture to female elf. All this stuff doesn't matter. Make it public so you can all see photos. Now we'll start with a race, which is classic. High elf, wood elf, Eladrin, dark, Dalinar.
James?
What are we thinking?
Because
Yeah,
where would you take it if you're a full-blooded elf, and if the elves are different? Like, would you take it from?
I think it depends on where you were born, or where your parents descended from, because they're probably different elves based on geographical location, right? Like, it's less to do with bloodline,
I definitely
more to
see
do
the
with
mother
the radiation.
as a high elf.
Okay.
But the father, I was thinking more like Eladrin or Drow.
Even for you, because you're a half elf and your mother is
No,
an elf.
but me, my dad was a human.
Okay, understood. So yeah, high elf or Eladrin doesn't matter.
Let's do high elf.
Yeah, it's right there. Right there.
Exactly. As a high elf, she has dark vision, keen senses, fey ancestry, which can't be put to sleep by magic, all this good stuff. Trance sleep. Who knows if any of this will actually come in handy, but potentially. Proficient with long swords, short swords, short bows, and long bows. As an elf, and she knows one cantrip. What kind of cantrip would a military lady take? Would it be
Probably message
Attack.
though, because I think it would be message
yeah.
straight up. So because
Quickly.
she's like a tactician. So
Over the battlefield, just the quick messages across.
Yeah, that's smart.
So she's like I said, she was a fighter and a paladin.
So are we gonna do level
I think.
1 characters, or should we do?
Well, I think she's not level 1.
Just for all
She's
the,
your leader.
all the other systems, we might have to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
we can start with this, and then like
Let's start with this because then I can use it in season 3. I don't have to
Yeah.
use it for myself.
Or make it level 3, and then at least that way we have to pick a subclass.
Okay. So, yeah.
And then the
Only
rest
if
Paladin
is
is
we
really
split it. If we don't split it,
Oh,
or
true.
Start
is she
with-
multi-classing?
Yeah.
Paladin
It's
fighter.
Rowan. It's Rowan, so everybody
Okay.
multi.
Okay, we'll give her long, fucking heavy armor.
We could just start with Paladin.
So 3 levels into Paladin, so she gets her
Yeah.
Sacred Oath.
Exactly.
Okay. Good Constitution score right off the bat, naturally. I'm gonna say Athletics. And
Probably
she
insight. I would say
Insight
insight.
or persuasion.
I would probably say insight.
Right?
I think she's pretty brash. I wouldn't think she's very persuasive. She's more persuasive through her actions.
Fair enough.
She inspires belief.
Also, I was like, would inspiration come from persuasion or?
Inspiration? What do you mean? No, but like I said, she leads from the front. She doesn't really inspire with speeches and things like that.
Cool.
she inspires by mowing down 10.
But she's only in the front if things were going
gobbledygooks.
poorly.
Yeah, but that's when people need to be inspired.
Once
right?
she's there.
when
they're
things
not-
are going poorly.
So she's got a bunch of proficiencies in all the armors and shields, simple weapons, martial weapons, so very intact with weaponry and armor. Wisdom and charisma saving throws are on deck. I don't know if any other systems are gonna have wisdom
Saving throws?
charisma. Yeah, but we'll keep that in mind. Athletics and insight.
Other systems don't have saving throws.
Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't looked at DC 20. I'm thinking maybe it might since it's inspired, but we'll see. Lay on
She's a fighting
hands.
style. Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Lay on hands is nothing. You don't add anything to lay on hands.
There's
Level.
there's healing. So if there's healing in another system, we might want to include that. Fighting style.
Sword and shield, baby. You already know.
Sword and shield.
So it's
That would be protection. Technically, you can use dueling with a. Yeah, I think you can use dueling with a shield. Yeah,
One
Yep.
weapon, I believe.
At least it's one
that works.
weapon.
Yeah, 'cause I think she's a longsword gal.
But is she going more for the damage, or is she going more for the protecting her squad mates or platoon?
I think she's going more for damage. I would say.
Sounds good. Natural spellcasting abilities geared towards charisma. Divinely smiting, charging a weapon with radiant damage and dealing it in one swift blow. Immune to disease, could come up somewhere. Probably not kids on bikes. And finally, her sacred oath.
Magic isn't really going to come up.
I would say either vengeance or conquest,
Mhm.
but probably vengeance, honestly,
mean-
and not just because I'm very familiar with it.
Ura is conquest as well, so I don't know if they'd be in the same order.
Oh,
That's cool.
yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
She definitely took her oath before the fall of Rome. That's for sure.
I mean, he did too.
Exactly. Because I think that was my logic for vengeance. Like maybe
Okay.
a lot of the paladins who are in charge, they change to vengeance to get revenge on for the fall of Rome.
Fair enough.
But no, I don't think that's what's the case.
Okay, conquering presence. People fear her on the battlefield. And she can become supernaturally accurate. Probably once per long rest. Ability scores. Let's do standard because with these other systems we'll probably use whatever's closest to just like standard. So let's go maybe strength the highest or charisma.
Mhm.
Both.
I feel like she'd probably have higher strength than charisma.
I think so too.
If she's like leading by example, she wouldn't need to rely on her charisma too much.
What's the 14? What do we got there? We can do. Who knows? Constitution, charisma, wisdom, intelligence. She's got it all.
Wisdom, not Dex. I think those were probably her more dumpy stats.
I'd pump the 14 into Constitution probably.
Yeah,
Then
probably.
third highest charisma.
Yeah,
Really?
then. Yeah.
As a paladin, I guess.
Yeah. it
Well,
has
as a
to be.
paladin, you want the charisma, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's more of a fighter paladin, right?
But I thought that was like a last resort, like when she needs to step in,
Yeah.
she can flex her stuff. Like it happens more often than not that she has to step in.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
If she's a tactician first, that's
Yeah.
gotta be high.
So, yeah, but also her intelligence has to be higher. Would it be crazy would it be absolutely stupid to put 14 charisma, 13 intelligence, 12 constitution?
No, I like that.
No, but she wouldn't be attacking much then.
Well, she's just a glass cannon, really, as far as the fighter's concerned.
Hmm.
Which would make sense as to why then it's a last ditch thing that she's going into battle, and mostly she's because
And
then
to be
she's
fair.
I mean, she's carrying around heavy weights all the time, so it's hard to get into the battlefield.
Yeah. The difference between 14 and 12 isn't the biggest. So.
No.
it's one. It's one. And it's not like she's not actually level 3 as well. So like who knows what's gonna happen. It's not like they don't have magical weapons that enhance stuff as well.
Armor as
You know,
well.
yeah,
true.
magical weapon, magical armor, magical items. This is just the base character. This is the character raw. New.
With her high elf, now her intelligence and her charisma are both the same because she gets that +1 to int, so it works out pretty perfect.
And also, why is it only having one? There should be more than just a +1.
Maybe it's
She should be having a plus, like, she should have another racial bonus somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the
It says
old.
No, I don't think you added something on the racial part. I think.
I think I did. It just says this.
Well, that's weird.
Oh
Okay.
no, I think it is applying. Go back to the attributes. If you scroll down to the calculations, are there any racial? There's the
Oh,
plus.
dexterity.
Oh,
Okay,
plus
just hasn't been added yet.
So that's just the base elf, I think, and then the half elf gets its own thing.
So do we want to pump the 10 here so that the +2 dex will bring it to a 10 as well?
Sure.
Nice rounded
Even
character.
across the board.
10, 10, 12, 14, 14, 15.
I mean, she's gonna be wearing heavy armor anyways, right? So, not really a reason to have Dex.
Where has she been? Who has she spoken to? What languages has she learned?
She's been in Ronak at Wheel, so she could have learned any language.
She was in the what district would she have been in?
Paladin,
The Paladin?
The clerical.
the clerical district. Yeah, she's the paladin.
Clerical district?
Clerical district.
Who was the
Family-
leader
family.
of the clerical district?
Cody
Oh,
Farrow.
Cody Farrow. Yeah,
Was he a dragon?
pretty sure he was an elf. No, that was Brother D, who was his
Brother D.
underling.
Yeah, his right hand.
But like, you can make him know Celestial. Make her know Celestial. Like, that's pretty gaudy.
We
godlike.
could do Draconic. She
Could
could
do-
have a special connection to one of our players here.
Oh.
Could do that. Yeah, could do that. It's not like, and if she maybe started off out as a paladin under Brother D,
Mhm.
that could have been
Would
a
have been
reason
her,
to learn.
the boon leader.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I don't think it wasn't. It didn't work that
The
way.
tunes only formed before, after.
Yeah, exactly. The militia is a direct result. Now everybody has to kind of like know how to fight and it's also indoctrination to like want to fight for Rome. especially you see like with the new generation that are just like it's 10 years, right? So people have started to settle now and have started like reproducing again. People have started having kids again. So now it's like this whole like indoctrination kind of. You guys have watched this start where people are more what's patriotic, you know. But to like getting some people like it's fanatical, you know.
Yo, make Roan great again, baby. There were probably like people are like, our leader Waxley is gone. He left us, and we fell to shit. We need a strong new leader.
So no, there is an official story out now that Waxley was taken by the forces of Mal, and he is lost to us, and it is unknown. But he was in the fall of Roan. He was with the defenders. He fought till the last. I mean, like, also like. The other thing is that his clones didn't just come out like through the top of the tower where you guys were. They flooded every entrance of the palace into the streets of Roan to fight. There was like hundreds upon hundreds of thousands, you know. So yeah. So they basically saw him fighting for them. Like thousands of them. They didn't know it, but like so for all intents and purposes, he was there. They saw him fighting and dying for them, and the fact that he's not there now, like he's like a martyr to these people.
Is there a fucking statue to?
There are statues. Statues multiple.
Yes, beautiful. I found the soldier as a background
in front of the North Pole, and there's a statue of Rosie there too, who's also lost. And there's a statue in the Archmage's Academy, in front of the
main
faculty building.
Hell yeah!
In front of the faculty building.
There's also Gladiator,
which is kind of it's like a circle, and then there's like the building. So that's anyways. A soldier for sure.
Soldier,
or I guess a knight. Could make it a knight.
Let's see.
She's more of a knight. She's more of a knight than a soldier. Like now she's.
You carry a noble title, and your family owns land, collects taxes, and wields significant political influence.
That's not.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
So much text. You have service of 3 retainers loyal to your family. Would she have something like that?
I don't think so.
Not
like
saying
no.
It's not the family really. They were literally like all like for the service of like cleric. Like they were fully like devoted to the clerical district and like serving the people. They wouldn't really have that. At least that's in my mind. What was going on?
Was your mother a cleric or a paladin?
She was a cleric.
And Papa was a paladin or no?
Honestly, I was either going war cleric or some sort of like cleric fighter. But paladin would work too.
No, cleric fighter's cool too.
I'm just giving her a dragon chess set proficiency. What's a good tactician skill to add?
Survival maybe, or just
alert.
That's a
perception stuff. Survival.
Oh, it's these are
really
skills. Sorry, I'm so tiny.
Yeah.
That was features.
I would probably say survival just because perception's not there.
Beautiful. In the interest of time, how in depth do we want to go?
No.
In terms of the rest of the stuff.
Well, we can give her like a look.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you want to know what she looks like. She looks like a lot like Ura, I would imagine, but like a lady.
So
and
dark
older.
hair.
You can pull up the little hero forge.
Blurb you sent me?
Oh.
Do you need the link, Siege?
I think
Discord?
I don't know if I've seen
Yeah,
this.
I see it.
You got it. Okay.
Luckily, I had it right open.
Throw it up. Let's go.
Let's see.
It's dangerous business right there.
Don't worry, all my porn is on my incognito tab.
Still open with still
Who watches porn on a computer anymore? Come on.
That's very true.
I
I cast it to my TV. That's
Those Google accounts all synced up. It doesn't matter what device you're using.
That's true.
She probably has like lighter brown hair, but yeah, like everything else.
Very cool. Very cool. Light
Beautiful
brown
man.
hair.
What? Yeah. Tan? Well, no, she's like full high elf, so she's probably pale. That's true.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well,
Red
the red eyes
eyes.
are more from his sorceress origin.
Oh, she could just have blue eyes.
Beautiful blues. Tallness, height.
Probably not that tall. 5'7".
Ooh, a short high elf. A short queen.
Pretty average, honestly.
90 pounds, sopping wet.
Jesus. gross.
what did I miss? What?
90 pounds sopping wet is what he said. I don't know. No, maybe like.
Oh, wait, no, she's got huge.
Ginormous.
1/3.
Like one, yeah. 145.
No, we could. She's muscle too. She's muscle too. Look how strong she is. I'd say give her 160, and she's jacked.
Yo, age and freaking weight.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's just do starting equipment just in case we need to compare it to anything. So we already.
Your last name? Your last name is Inferni?
Yeah.
Very nice. What does that mean? Where's that from? Oh, understood.
There was no thought in my head. I was like, that sounds like a cool name. And then
It is a cool name. It is a
no
cool
thought
name.
was put
I'm just
into
saying.
origin.
It's a cool name.
Beautiful.
Wait, so what kind of fighter did we pick for her, or did we not pick the fighter?
Yeah, she was. It wasn't
the
defense. It was
Battlemaster or something.
the other one.
Oh, Battlemaster.
Dueling.
Tactician.
Dueling.
No, like fighter class, fighter subclass.
Oh. If we had,
Yeah, if we had added that as well.
Oh, okay. We're just not gonna do the multi.
we're just doing. Yeah.
understood.
Yeah.
We can come back to it if we have time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or if another system is giving options that makes it seem possible.
So, Kids on
What-
Bikes
what-
has kids, teens, and
Let's start with
adults. What would you say she would be as a 160-year-old elf? A teen?
Oh,
Yeah, good question.
No, she's an adult.
Yeah.
She's an
I
adult.
see that.
She leads a platoon of adults. She's an adult.
These
She's
are
not
trying
like,
times.
guys,
They might
you
not
know,
have
talk
the
about some
right...
boys or some shit while she's like, okay, I'm gonna go fight an army. I feel like even like elves, like you're 100 years old, yeah, they consider you like a teenager, but you're not a teenager. You've been around for 100 years.
The war has forced people to grow faster than they might have otherwise.
The fast die-in, they say.
Okay, let's see what character
Right.
creation has for us. Is there not character
There is.
creation? Okay.
You wanna pull it up?
Select a trope from the playbook and take the appropriate character sheet.
yes.
Make trope selections for your character.
Yeah, so you just pick adults, so that's all good. We can. I don't know
So
if
that's
that's
the
a
trope?
for adults.
It's just under-
Okay. Oh yes, and we're putting dice
11
in the
of
different stats.
No, wait, Appendix E.
So, as a tactician, I think she's tactician first, but she's a tactician in the military, so she might have to be fight first, tactician second.
There are different like tropes. Do we want to give her a trope, or are we building our own? Because each trope has like their own dice distribution.
Mm-hmm. Is it standardized? Like, is it just placed in different places for the different? Like, it's always the same numbers, but they're placed differently.
It's always the same dice because it's like it's one dice per characteristic. But like they're the changed spots depending on the trope.
Okay.
So there's blue-collared worker, conspiracy theorist, laid-back slacker, overprotective parent, reclusive eccentric, stoic professional, and that's it. Those are the tropes that are available for.
Oh, for adults.
Yeah. I feel like the closest might be stoic professional if you had to pick one.
Oh, I guess they're not here, right?
Yeah. Maybe we just make our own.
What are you looking for?
Like adult tropes. I didn't see the one that you were.
Stoic professionals there.
Oh, here
it's an age adult, age teen, age adult.
It's not brand.
Stoic professional. Yeah.
If we don't want to like do it ourselves, if you think these fit.
See, brains is D12. Oh, but fights D4. That feels wrong.
Keep in mind, kids on bikes isn't really one for fighting.
Yeah.
There isn't much fighting in the setting that it's like proposed to use. Small town like mysteries.
She's technically right. She's looking over the platoon. She's probably overprotective a little bit. It gives her fright, brains, and brawn at the top.
When do you feel appreciated by your children? Your children are all
members.
people of the platoon.
Your platoon, yeah. And what would losing your platoon mean to you? I kind of like it. Heroic, loyal, prepared. Okay, let's try this. To the side here. So we'll do fight. You know what? Let me just move it on my screen. We got fight at D20. Do I just write D20 here? I guess so.
Or should we put
brains
at D12 if we're following? Because her second thing was charisma, wasn't it? Charisma and intelligence were tied.
They were tied.
So, I guess charm would be next at D10, or
although, because she had +1 in intelligence, we put the next highest in charm, and then we put the third highest in brains, and the +1 helped it out. So we could we could do that here too, if we want to try and make this like a similar character.
Yeah, I think if we can replicate it, we should.
Yeah.
Should we have
do our best to keep
Then it would be this. So it'd be D12 and then a D10 +1, which is pretty close to a D12. Her dex was last tied with wisdom.
Yeah, which isn't here.
The sheet suggests brawn as the third highest. So if we want to like,
I guess her flight I think would be D4 for sure.
D4 for flight? Yeah.
I think so.
J'aime ça. Yeah, is she brawny or is she hitting the gritty?
Strong or tough? Which one?
Well, I think she would be stronger than she is tough.
There you
Because
go.
her constitution is low.
D8
Right? Which is just like kind of like a glass can.
Okay. I've lost my page here. Here we go. Possible strengths: heroic, loyal, prepared, skilled at something, tough, and wealthy. Well, here, let's fill this out first. Votos.
Age 20 plus.
Age, yeah. 160. Oops. Fear. There's no suggestions, so what do we think
Losing
her
her
fear
platoon.
would be? Losing her platoon. Is she particularly fond of Ura?
I think she's fond of her siblings. Especially for the last 10 years, she's been like their more parental figure as well. Even though they're like Ura came to the city, he was 16. You know, like he was a fully actualized person. Like maybe not emotionally and all that, but like he was an adult-ish, almost. Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh wait, it was 10 years ago, eh? The fall of
Yeah.
Because he was already a paladin at that point.
You could already be a paladin at 16 in Ronak.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
You could already have been on your paladin. You could do that from a young age.
This next one's a good question. We didn't really touch on it. What's her motivation as a paladin?
Well, her motivation is probably revenge on Mal, as well as protection for the city.
Would it be the liberation of Rome?
I don't think so. I think after 10 years, I think the old Rhone is done for most people. Most people are like, we're starting new here. We're not building this up to go back to that place that was, you know. I think it's a mark of tragedy for them. I think they're building something.
Damn.
Yeah.
I need to reiterate that when I said I go to pool,
Mm.
I meant it as like next session I'll come back. We will not see pool once. It'll just be like that's it. And now Roan is like right there. It's so
Integral.
Yes.
Integral.
It's fun how that works, eh? I love when that happens.
That's
How
so...
small things can become so much more.
Yeah. I don't know. I ran with it. You're like, we're going to pool. Okay. Well, that's all you said is that. You're like, it's where my guy like grew up. Is like the North Pole. I'm like, okay. And I ran with it, and I just had I think 45 minutes to an hour of looking. And I made a little map.
Perched led
there was
to
a
Gar's betrayal. Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't
Yeah.
think about it. Her
But I'd
flaw
always
is
meant
arrogant.
for you guys to get betrayed, for that to happen somehow.
He wanted it to be Chris.
I did originally want it to be Chris, but it turned out better this way, honestly. And it turned out way better. Gar was so unsuspecting in all the ways. Like you wouldn't be suspicious of him. Inconspicuous.
It says flaws, so maybe we make two. We already said arrogance. They suggest paranoid,
Pride?
patronizing, prideful.
Prideful and arrogance is pretty
Yeah,
similar.
that's true.
Yeah, kind of true. I always do that when I write Mal.
It is two. It's two A's.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought we
Yeah.
changed Mala. I thought we
Mala.
fully changed the Mal.
Well, because I was telling
Demanding.
actually differently originally, but just using the entire name. And I was spelling it differently. Yeah, exactly. And I was spelling guard differently. Like I was spelling guard like Guard.
Ooh. We could still have it. Mal's guard.
Yeah, it was something like that. But Mal is just so much easier, and we end up calling her Mal anyways. And I feel like the general population would too. Like people who knew about it would just call her fucking Mal. They wouldn't use, even if she has like a whole other name, you know. They're not gonna fucking call her. Yeah.
Arrogant. She's probably impatient. As a platoon leader of 80 people,
Which
she doesn't really have time to.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she's a tactician, she might not be.
I don't think you have to be patient to be a tactician.
No, you don't. Case in point, Anakin Skywalker.
Fair enough. Although, I mean, Ahsoka made a lot of the plans.
Yeah, that's right. That's true, actually. He didn't need plans. He was the chosen one.
There you go. He just went and did.
What are we thinking?
I mean, impatient would explain also her stepping in when the tactics aren't working or when people aren't doing what she wants.
Yeah. I like impatient.
I'm patient. Description. Oh god, let's go back to
Blue eyes, light brown hair,
Pale.
pale.
She's got blue eyes.
5'7".
Huge.
brown hair.
Gagonga palonga bonk Hong Kong.
Ripped, shredded blue eyes. Oh, that looks like an amogus.
Oh, the backpack?
Fucking bad.
The brain rot. It said it. Amogus. Oh yes, she's supposed to have.
Don't forget, she's 5'7".
True.
Short stack.
So they're not even that. Forget it. Are
I was gonna
these?
say it doesn't matter. Stacked.
I'm trying to find where it says how many to pick.
How many to
Let
take?
me just
I think it's 2.
What are
make it
these?
like that. These strengths. Yeah, remember you start your game with 2 strength. Thank you. Sheet.
Loyal.
I just scrolled to a random page and there's a little thing saying, remember, you start the game with 2 strengths.
How can
I like loyal. Prepared, skilled at tacticianry, potentially.
Or strategy?
Yeah.
Strategy, skilled at strategy? Oh, is she good at
Or-
like strategy games and shit?
She's got the
Yeah,
dice
like
set.
Dragon Chess.
Yo! It all fits together. Okay. Voltos Inferni, the 20-plus-year-old, doesn't say her race. Fear losing her platoon, motivation, revenge on Mal. Arrogant, impatient, blue eyes, pale, light blue, pale skin, just in case we forget.
Vodos, by the way.
Vodos? Oh,
Yeah.
why can't I click on this? Vodos. Infinity. Loyal, skilled at strategy, with high fight, charm, and brains. Very nice. How do we feel? Like, let's say we were playing Vodos in D&D, and then we had the player and kids on bikes, and this is what we started with. Do we feel disappointed? Do we feel...
No.
I mean, there's no healing. There's no divine smite.
Yeah.
There's no.
We
It's-
could do quick healing. instead of loyal.
Oh.
But
No.
she seems more loyal. Yeah, so we're missing out on like a lot of magical components.
But it's not the. It wouldn't
But
be
it's not the
like
system for
you
that.
know the system. You know exactly.
They do have powers in Kids on Bikes. There's a section lower down for like supernatural powers, but that's like an addition to everything else, and not apparently on character sheets. It would be in like notes, I suppose.
Oh,
Probably have
wait,
their
is
own,
that for
maybe.
the powered character that joins the
Yeah.
party? Okay. Interesting.
Is there always a power character that joins the party?
She would be the power
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
We lose out on the fun class and magic stuff, but I think the character is still present. It's still
Yeah.
Vodos.
Representative
Or
of Vodos.
voluptuous.
Voluptuous Vodos.
Like all this stuff can still be true. All the stuff that we made up before doing D&D.
Yeah.
None of this is kind of nixed. It could be included in the campaign. It could be included in the backstory. Curvaceous, massive. All right, thank you. Yeah, I feel good about this. What else?
I feel.
It just changes each time. Votos, Phofos.
Vodos. Vamos.
Let's keep these good times rolling, you guys. We just did like a lighter system, so maybe we go back to a more intense system. So we'll save Powered by the Apocalypse for something else. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll do either Die or DC 20.
I have
Kind
not
of
either.
interested
So.
in.
Want to check out
Yeah,
some
what do you
DC20?
and Bernier, Simon and Bernier, who haven't seen either of them? Actually, Bernier has. No, you watched the episode, so you heard a little bit.
Yeah. DC 20.
Yeah, let's go.
DC 20.
Okay. This might be pretty similar to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The process.
Yeah.
Oh, that artwork on page 1 is beautiful.
Yo, you got the PDF?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just for Pete's sake. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it looks like 3.5.
So there is a very handy 10-step guide as part of the player handbook.
Ooh.
It's on page 90.
Thank you. Page. God. Page 90. Scroll like a freaking idiot. Page 90. Wait,
Scroll.
that's not page 90. This is page 90. Step 1, attributes and prime modifiers. You start with standard array of 3, 1, 0, and -2. Okay, let's start with that. So we have might, agility, charisma, and intelligence. The 3...
Do we have to keep 3 in might? Because that was the highest?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
3, what? 2, 0, -2 for agility?
3, 1, 0, -2. Oh gosh. So maybe this is where we run into a decision.
Yeah.
-2 would have to go for agility if we're keeping to.
Oh,
Yeah,
but wait,
absolutely.
there's more to it. So we still gain an additional 2 attribute points to increase whichever attributes you want.
Cool.
But the limit. So this is a higher level character, so it depends. But typically at first level, no attribute can be higher than 3.
Yeah, so 3
Jamsa.
-2, 0, and 1 potentially. Then we can bring charisma up to either a 1, intelligence 2, or charisma 2, intelligence 1.
Let's see. The elf had a +1 naturally as a race to intelligence. So we can definitely put at least one of the points directly there.
Mhm.
Maybe even both?
So it'd be
So then it would be
1 and
2.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we feeling up to this point in terms of charisma versus intelligence? Like
I feel
paladin
like
charisma.
someone needs to leave the room. I hear someone trying to get out of the door.
No.
Certain Lily.
No. The door's she came in the room to do that.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Because your food just went off 10 minutes.
She ate it all already.
She's like, I want more.
She summoned Megan.
I personally I feel like this is a good split. If she's a
I think so too.
tactician.
Just because a lot of the abilities that she'd probably be better in would be found in intelligence in this system,
Survival.
like history,
Medicine for the healing, maybe. History.
Yeah. Like charisma. Yes, there's insight, but influence is also probably pretty big.
Yeah, and let's not dwell too much. Maybe let's go down the steps, because once we get to ancestries, like the racial stuff, I think there might be some extra bonuses and things.
Okay, cool.
You get to choose 2 attributes to gain save mastery at level 1. You choose 2 of the 4 attributes and are able to add your combat mastery to those saves. There are saves here.
So wisdom and charisma would be what? Intelligence and charisma?
Wisdom and charisma, yeah.
Yeah, wisdom falls under intelligence in this.
What is your combat mastery? I guess they mentioned that later.
Yeah, keep on going.
Combat
and
mastery.
Bring it in. That's what. Well, that 10 step would be something about it, I assume.
Oh, prime modifier has to be 3, right?
Yeah, it's
Prime
whatever your
equals
highest stat is. Yeah.
Very cool. So we've got that checked off. Background, skills, trades, and languages. You get 5 skill points. So I think we said already influence and insight were kind of important.
Well, to be a platoon leader, and we already gave her like a skill proficiency in insight, as well as athletics, and I believe survival.
Yeah, I think so.
Survival for sure.
Yeah, in athletics, insight.
Athletics,
athletics,
insight, survival.
Intimidation.
That's all I got.
Perception, survival. Oh wait, is this Ura? No, this is photos.
Yeah.
I don't remember choosing perception. Maybe that was a elf. thing.
That came from your soldier background.
Ooh, cool. Cool. Okay, so we got athletics, insight, intimidation. So, well,
Influence is intimidation, athletics. I feel like then we'd put in survival and one into medicine for the healing. So I don't know if there's magic in D20. I'm assuming there is, but
Yeah. Oh, you mean like a skill though? Well, there's
Yeah.
Arcana.
there's more like if it's like lay on hands kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's part of the class, I imagine.
Okay.
So it's 5, but then you get an extra 2 because your
and you
intelligence
get plus
is
your
2.
intelligence. Very cool.
And then if you put one in an like there's like a little thing where it's like if you put a skill point in a knowledge, you get like an extra knowledge. It's like so one skill point counts as 2 knowledges, or 2 knowledges counts as 1 skill point.
Do we want to put 1 into history? Is that part of
Like
tactician?
religion and history, maybe, I don't know. Or occultism if she's been researching how to defeat Mal's goons.
Yeah, that could be.
I like that. So these technically
That
count
makes
as 1
sense.
each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're missing 1 because we got 1 up here. Can we put 2? I don't think it says you can't, right? You could put 2 skill points
No,
into
no,
one.
there are 5 there.
Yeah, we get well, we get 5 plus 2.
Yes,
Oh yeah, so you
okay.
have 1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
4,
3,
and then
4,
5,
There's
and then
6 there.
6.
Okay.
So we have one more.
So I guess
Animal.
intimidation or investigation for either the perception or intimidation from the other character from the D&D.
Interesting.
Or do you want to go medicine again, as I was saying, for lay on hands?
Maybe she'll have a spell. Do you get spells? It doesn't look like
A class thing?
class
There
features,
are
maybe?
spells, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do. I think we gave her intimidation, right?
I
Yeah.
think the intimidation makes sense.
Let's do intimidation. Your background gives you 3 trade points.
You didn't put intimidation. Put investigation.
Oh. Here we go. Oh yeah, right. It's in. Interesting. It's tied to might.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I guess it's physical intimidation more than anything else.
Your background gives you 3 trade points. You can convert 1 skill point into 1 trade point, but not the other way around.
So traits.
So I guess.
Oh, it's
what's
trade, not trait. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what the system says about what a trade is.
I guess like soldiering and things like that.
Can we put no, a tactician wouldn't be a trade.
A soldier would be a trade.
Just a soldier.
I'll see if there's like a list of them. Trade mastery. Our 5 trade and mastery levels. What are the kinds of trades?
Alchemy, blacksmithing, brewing, carpentry, blah blah blah. Leatherworking.
Wait, where are you seeing this?
Page 13.
Oh, I see.
Ability to perform with certain tools and professions. Okay.
So I guess we didn't we didn't pick equipment for her in the D&D one, right? Because then that would have included.
We did. We did starting equipment.
Because sometimes it asks for like instruments and tool proficiencies in backgrounds and things.
Tool
like that.
proficiencies in the background, but I think for soldier it's only gaming set
Okay.
proficiency, and that was a dragon chest.
Okay.
I believe.
So-
Yeah, she didn't get.
What was that little
special
blurb
there.
about being able to swap them out for skill points or something?
No, it's skill points into trade
Into
points, not
trades,
the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about into language points?
It doesn't.
You can convert 1 trade point into 2 language points.
Oh.
And
So do we
you
want
have your background gives you fluency in the common languages. Oh, it's tied to background. Common language, 2 language points that you can spend on mortal or exotic languages.
Mortal.
Well, here, let's maybe give her 1 trade,
Mhm.
and
What's
then
like a-
we spend the other 2 on language.
Her trade? She doesn't have a trade. She's just a degenerate gambler. No. the chessboard gamer. She's a professional chessboard.
She's a professional hustler on the side.
She plays games of chance and skill.
Maybe no trades then.
Just give her the chess trade. She's part of a chess
Is that a
club. No, but like the system lets you do this type of stuff. Like as long as you have the numbers, you can do the homebrew thing really easily.
I
feel like a-
professional chess player.
Yeah, Dungeon Coach would want us to create the chess trade.
All right, Dungeon Coach. So she has common already. We don't have to include that, right? Is that like a given?
That's a given.
Your background gives you fluency in the common language, yeah, and 2 language points. So now we have. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 language points.
That's a lot.
1, 2, 3. So we can go full ass on 3 languages.
Full ass.
Celestial.
Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna check quick the languages here. Because maybe the exotic ones cost more. No, maybe not. It's all the usual D&D ones. Common, human, dwarven, elvish, gnomish, halfling, orcish, giant, draconic, fey, elemental, yeah. Celestial, fiend, deep speech.
You automatically get common, or do you have to pick that?
It says you automatically get fluency in common.
Okay. So then, yeah, I guess
so we got
Elvish is
2
the next one.
more. Elvish, thank you.
She didn't speak Elvish, but she spoke Celestial and Draconic.
Oh, you didn't put Elvish on the D&D one?
No, it was.
I think it comes with it.
She gets it automatically. She's an elf.
Yeah.
True.
Background
I
starting
don't speak the
equipment.
language.
Coming soon. Coming soon. Okay. It's coming soon. Hit points. Filling your character's HP. May potentially add more if you choose ancestry or class at level 1. Starting HP formula for this is 6 plus level plus might. So 6. Are we making her level 3? Or are we just doing level 1?
We can just say level 3.
Say level 3?
Yeah. We don't have to really get into the weeds of it, but
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12.
We'll say. We'll say.
Okay, it's a low
Okay.
HP.
Just to say.
Low HP game, I kind of like that. Stamina and mana points. Filling your character's SP and MP. Martial characters have 1 stamina point. I guess she's martial. Spellcasters have 6 points. And hybrid. Oh no, she's hybrid.
Where would her class? Yeah.
Class is apparently the last step, even though it's being
I feel like
referenced already.
that would say whether she would be
Yeah.
what type of character she would be. I'm assuming hybrid.
All classes. Yeah, let's not follow the steps exactly. Let's go to class.
well, all it really says, right, is that it's just giving us the information. Martial characters have 1 stamina point, spellcasters have 6 mana, and hybrids have 3 mana.
Oh, that's like pretty much all it is?
But that's what the little blurb says. So I think like if it's a hybrid class, then we know what the number is. I'm assuming it's the hybrid class because it's a paladin.
Yeah.
So for now, let's just leave it blank. You're right. It's a little bit strange that this comes first. Defense. Then there's physical and mystical defense. And there's 2 formulas for that.
I'll use the following formula. Physical defense equals 8 plus ability plus armor bonus. Barbarians and monks have unique formulas, but we don't know what her class is. Weird to put class last.
That's it. And like when all these things on top of
Or
it,
second
like,
class.
But no, but
are-
we already know what the class is.
yeah,
But
no,
is
it's
Paladin? I haven't
Is
seen
it-
Paladin yet. You know? I assume it's a class, but I haven't seen it.
It's definitely a class.
Here, maybe let's just take a look at that.
What is CM? 8 plus CM plus agility plus armor bonus. You know what this quick step guide needs? It needs the page numbers to find all the things that you need to look at.
Yeah. I control F Paladin. It bring up one thing. And it just
Okay,
makes
wait.
me
Here's the class. Here's the class. Druid, fighter, monk, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, spellblade. Well, I don't maybe no paladin.
It says new Spellblade class added to the first hybrid class to DC 20. You can fully make a paladin at level 1. So maybe Spellblade is
That's the Spellblade. Yeah.
is Paladin.
Okay. I think CM is characteristic modifier.
Combat. There was something that was combat something at the beginning.
Combat mastery.
Combat mastery, which we don't know yet. How do we find that?
Control find.
Okay, so all right, so we know the Spellblade is a hybrid, so it has 3 mana points.
Okay. 3 mana points. Oops. And 3 stamina
Nice.
points.
It at level 1. Oh, now I'm confused. Oh yeah, mana points 3, stamina points 1.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Bonus HP 1.
Oh, bonus HP 1, so 13.
I just don't know if that's already taken into account for the formula.
In the HP formula we followed, it wasn't.
Okay.
Because it was prime plus might plus level.
That's very true. All right.
There
Plus
was
1.
no like mention
Okay.
of bonus or anything.
All right. Defenses.
Oh, combat mastery is right up there. Level divided by 2.
Ah.
So 1.
Unarmored light. So physical defense is 8. I guess I would put that here.
No,
8
physical.
plus CM. What did we
Combat
say
mastery.
CM was? Combat
One.
mastery. So 9
Yeah.
plus agility. Oh god.
For 7.
Oh shit. Okay. Plus armor bonus.
Oh wow. Okay, so after we get the armor, it's going to change.
Put 7 there. Yeah.
Well, did we well, I guess it automatically calculates on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
We didn't assign
Once you
her.
equip your stuff.
And mystical is 8 plus 1 plus intelligence, which is 2.
So, 11.
And she's
Real 7-11.
7-11, baby.
Everything you need.
Physical damage reduction. This only applies if you're wearing heavy armor or have some other feature that grants.
She will be.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can just assume. I don't know if we have to really go through.
Yeah, let's get through the steps. The rest of the steps.
Yeah.
Possible.
Combat modifiers. It just has to fill them in with static numbers. So choose ancestry.
Ah, here we go.
Here we go.
Kept all the cool shit for last.
Do all the math and then do.
Ancestry systems 102.
Okay, so it is ancestry. You have points. They cost between 1 and 3 points. Some have 0, but you can only have 1 that costs 0. You have 5 ancestry points. And you gain additional levels 4 and 7. So let's just go with the 5.
So 5 ancestry points.
Ancestry points.
I think you're going to
And she's
spend
an
health.
elf.
You don't need to actually keep that. This is on like the second page. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it. Anything.
Um,
Just here.
Yeah, so you're going to.
Oh no, we're spending those to buy
just
like
spend race.
like racial features, basically. So there's elf ones. There's a bunch of
Human elf.
defaults, but this is a half elf, so we can purposely.
No, she is
make-
full elf. She is full elf.
Oh, she is.
Yes. She was the high elf, full purebred.
I thought that was the mother or the father or something.
And her too. She just has a different father than the others.
Ah, got it.
What's with the 0 cost traits?
That's just like the free trait you get for being that. ancestry. And then there's if we just want to take the default ones, but is an expanded list. I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
we
let's
get
see.
the point, you know, but
we get the point already.
There's enough of this.
should probably take like climb speed. No, peerless sight. She had proficiency in perception.
She did. Okay.
And she is an elf. What do her elf eyes see?
It lets her not have disadvantage when attacking at long range.
Oh, not as useful for what she does, I guess. But she does have proficiency with longbows and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Climb speed, no. Speed, we said her speed was pretty low, I think, before.
It's -2 agility. So
Plant knowledge.
none.
I think the default ones
Yeah, I
are
think
pretty
so.
good. Elven will, nimble, agile explorer, and discerning sight.
Boom. Advantage on checks and saves against being charmed and put to sleep. That was included in D&D. Dodge action, you gain the benefits of a full dodge action. I would choose something else, but we don't have a lot of. Can we dip? Well, I guess she's full elf, so we shouldn't dip.
Well,
Unless
so
there's,
that's part of like the, I guess, design philosophy is that you could totally just go in and buy other options, and you could just flavor it however you want. It's meant to be accessible, but in this instance, I don't know. Like, she's a tactician. She wears heavy armor. Maybe there's something that does something with heavy armor, and I don't know. Is there like a dwarf feature maybe?
Yeah, let's see. Toxic fortitude, tough. Was she? No, her constitution wasn't particularly high.
Could like swap out agile explorer for physically sturdy maybe.
Physically sturdy.
That's from the dwarf.
Impaired, deafened, or petrified. I like that.
I don't know. It's just like she's tougher than usual. Maybe just tough. HP maximum increases by 1.
Natural combatant. You gain mastery with heavy armors and all shields.
There we go.
Definitely need that. So let's get rid of. What did we say? Nimble or agile explorer? Or both, maybe.
Agile explorer maybe. That's just for difficult terrain.
Yeah.
That's a high cost for something like that. Natural combatant. Beautiful. And we have one more skill point. And do we get the free one from dwarf because we dipped into dwarf?
No, I don't believe so.
No? Okay.
You
So you dip into everything and you get one from everyone.
We took a little dip into it. Tremors. Oh, minor tremor sense. Is she that kind of tactician where she's like tuned in?
What the fuck?
No, I don't think so.
Into the
Someone's
earth.
protein.
I don't think so. Although, I mean, we could make that a thing.
I'll give her short-legged.
Where's that?
It's the last one on the dwarf list.
Your
It's a
speed
-1. It gives you a skill point. That's so funny.
Wait, is there one for like heavy bodied?
Well,
Make it a
endowed.
Well, yeah, we gotta include them.
Wait, okay, let's look at the big boys like the orcs. Reckless? No. Is there giants? I think there might have been giants. Giantborn. Heavy
there's
riser.
Yo. Where's Giant? I don't see it. Oh, Giant Ball.
Wait, that's actually terrible. You have to spend 4 spaces of movement to stand up from prone.
Wait, I like that.
She gets knocked down, just like a beetle stuck on her back. That's so stupid.
What do you get?
Charmy.
It
Heavy
gives you
rise,
an
hilarious.
extra
Okay.
point to like
Gives you
buy
a
something
point.
else. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Does the points stack?
Yeah, you start with 5 and then you can spend them on stuff. But I guess if you take a -1, it gives you an extra.
So we got 2 to use.
That's pretty cool.
Could you have more than 5 at a time? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, some cost 2, some cost 1, some cost 0.
Oh, we have healing
but-
touch from Angel.
I can
Boy.
have 6. I can
Mhm.
have 6 like points in the bank.
Oh,
You made me
Oh.
use them.
If you could take a -1, I think
yeah.
so.
It's essentially freeing up, like giving you extra, from what I understand. And I think at later levels you get more ancestry points, so you can like go in and buy some more little features.
Cool.
I don't know why these are staying huge, but
Wait, when it says 1 AP, is that ancestry point? Like, do you have to use an ancestry point each time?
No, I think AP is action points.
she's just that heavy that it won't go back down to the other ones. They started huge, and then I click. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Elven will, nimble, natural combatant, discerning sight, heavy riser, and healing touch. For
So unnecessary.
Listen, we said we would let the 2 people in chat have a contribution. We got it. Oh, that is so funny. What is next? Do you have the
class.
quick sheet up still, Peter?
Next is class.
Next is class.
So Spellblade. It's weird saying that. It should just be Paladin.
Yeah. Yep.
Spellblade can be like wizard and like anything really. Like,
Yeah, I think it's
it gives that option of like flavor to your character.
Hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess a paladin is kind of they're using spells and a weapon. So
Played.
Actually, it's
Literally.
good that we took natural combatant because Spellblade doesn't give you proficiency in heavy armor, but now we have it. So we did good. Great.
We did real good.
Real good. All attack maneuvers. Okay. Techniques. There's a whole table. Maximum number of stamina points increases as shown in the table as well. Okay. Oh god, there's too much for my brain.
there's a lot. Yeah, this is basically at this point it's
Okay, you get smite.
D&D. You know,
Yeah.
with like every level you get a new feature.
Yeah, every quick rest you can choose to magically bond with an elemental or mystic damage type. I think she would choose the smite option as a paladin.
Mhm.
Warrior Spellblade Disciple, giving her proficiency in heavy armor and heavy shield mastery. Well, could potentially get rid of that. Heal, you gain a pool. Oh, so shit. So they literally let you make a paladin.
Hmm.
Maybe
Oh, I
this
see.
is-
There's lots of options. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go back and make changes. It's already 9:08. We should save some other systems.
Yeah.
We've got a paladin on our hands, I think.
We've got
and,
a paladin.
And the game obviously wants you to be able to make paladins. So I think we're good on that end.
How do we feel about this one? You know, in relation to how little we know about the system. Let's keep that in mind too. I guess
Hard to say. It's kind of the same. It feels weirdly familiar, and I think it's pretty much the D&D one.
I want to know her movement speed, and I want to know how much 4 spaces of movement means.
Oh, it's the equivalent, I'm pretty sure. Like, you know how 1 space is 5 feet in D&D?
Okay.
Instead of just saying 5 feet, they just say space.
Okay, so you basically, for turn, if you're prone, you can only move like 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Getting up, it's just the worst, like, prone effect.
But what is like why is there move speed as it looks like movement is just 1 space per move action? Is that just what it is?
Yeah, so you just have like everything here in this game seems to be like spending points. So it's like your movement is just like, yeah, you do 1 space, you can do an action, you can do like 3 spaces, do an action. It's like you can kind of divvy it all up however you want.
I'll say I don't love how close it is to D&D while also being far away from it. In my head, it's like hard to grasp, like, oh, it's familiar, but then there's so much that isn't familiar.
Yeah.
And there's things that are missing that I'm like, oh wait, so it's not this. Like, that's just my initial reaction. It feels like, what's it called? When like you see someone who looks like a human, but like there's just something weird about, like the uncanny valley. You're like, this isn't D&D, but it looks like D&D. What's happening here? But I'm sure I would like to play with the ability points and all that stuff. Like that seems cool. For sure.
One day.
It seems interesting. I'd like to play a campaign with it.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like a one-shots. See how it feels to play.
Yeah.
I guess we're
it is very similar to 5e.
Yeah.
I feel like it's closer to like 3.54 with like the mystical defense and the physical defense and everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
aside from that, it
like fortitude and will.
That's it. The stamina points and mana points are interesting though. I'm wondering what those are for.
It kind of seems like if we made her a commander, it might have gone differently. Like we could have handled the heavy armor and the healing, and maybe somehow get a spell on her.
What would commander be? Is commander like a background or
class?
Oh, it's a class.
It's a class. Yeah,
it's a whole ass class.
The whole
what class
and
would
that
you choose
feels
for her?
A spellblade.
Spellblade, which is like they said you can make a paladin using it, but potentially this is better. In terms of this character, like the soldier type character.
Yeah, tactician.
And you're not multi-class in
commander spellblade?
You can multi-class. I just don't know how that works.
It works.
Yeah, that would take a while. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because the commander doesn't get any mana points. So they don't cast any spells, I don't believe.
Although we didn't really cover spell casting.
No.
We didn't really choose it yet. So at this point, it's okay without it.
Yeah.
Like that's where the question comes up of like the character itself. Does she miss out on things by not being able to cast spells, or does she miss out more by not having commander?
Yeah, because honestly, at the end of the day, as a powerful NPC, like if I want her to cast spells as a commander, she's going to cast spells.
Right. That's very true.
Got a point.
She's an NPC. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen one way or another.
There is. Yeah.
I think we're getting a little bit of friction too because we're making characters for our setting, and our setting doesn't necessarily follow the rules of D&D.
That makes sense as well.
Yeah.
We're not making a character purely for this. the purpose of playing this game. We're trying to see how our characters that we are thinking of, even though it's a new character and like a relatively fresh character that we're malleable with, I think it's maybe hard to make it fit in that box.
Mhm.
Which is
On to the next
interesting. This is still a high fantasy system, and we're trying to make technically a high fantasy character, but we're still getting like a bit of difficulties trying to create a character that we want.
Well, I think we did. I think we did for the most part.
Yeah, I think the apparent flexibility is there. If we really wanted to get it as close as possible, we definitely could. I just mean like also the way that the magic works in our system, so it's not going to be able to replicate a lot of these other systems settings or intended setting. Yeah, good job, guys. What are we thinking about next? We want to do die.
Die would be simple. Powered by the Apocalypse would also be simple. There's only, I think, four classes in die.
I've not heard of die. Is it anything
die.
like the comic book of the same name?
It's from the comic book.
So comic.
I think you're playing like in the world of the comic book, technically. On one of the faces on a D20, which I think is like it's so fitting to kind of what we like to do.
Wait.
The world is a D20, and like you're playing on one face on one D20.
The fuck?
It's really cool.
That's our idea.
I really want to play this.
We're just fighting on the side of a D4. It's the same thing. Shit. But how does that play into the story? But now I'm still curious.
I haven't read the whole thing, but it's come up enough. And like dice are a huge part because the world is a dice.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right, cool.
It seems so cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think this is the right one. So I think we're gonna have to be a little more malleable this time around.
We can do that.
What were we gonna say, Peter?
I was just gonna. So are these more like playbooks, or are these just? It's like a different character sheet per class.
God, I'm confused about your question.
I'm just asking. It's not like a regular, because like here it says the dictator, right? So it's like a specific sheet for the class. It's not like here's a character sheet.
Like Monster of the Week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a trope.
So the dictator. Yeah, you guys played it. If you're down for it, it's cool. Like if you're down to just accept that you are this kind of archetype, and you can only limitly kind of pick here, but then you could branch out a little bit too. It's a different way of getting to the same result sometimes, but
it's definitely a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but it's friendlier for new players because the DM just hands like a sheet that's already made for them.
Just checking off boxes.
Yeah.
So the dictator is, I think they're using their words and the voice to manipulate people's emotions. Not exactly our speed. The fool might be what she is. They run into battle. They're like Leroy Jenkins, pretty much. The fool.
So
you run in.
Strategist.
You run into fight. You got luck on your side. Well, you'll see what the other ones are. The Emotion Knight. This one could, depending on the emotion that we pick, you choose one emotion, and that fuels everything that you do.
Is she like Batman?
There should be options. Here we go. Rage, ecstasy, vigilance, loathing, grief, amazement, terror, and admiration.
Like grief and rage mixed?
Vigilance? Because anticipation and interest.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me just go back to the last one. I think this is the last one. It's like what did I say? Techno mage.
Okay.
Which I don't know if it fits. And they use something called lover's gold or fair gold.
Okay.
You have
Fair.
like a AI. Is that this one?
Oh.
Yeah. You have an AI and you make upgrades on yourself using this sort of currency that comes from the dead bodies of the fallen.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I hear chromed up cyberpunk rogue would be a good description of what this is. So
I don't think that's our character either. I think the emotion knight is probably our best
Yeah.
bet.
And this one, it does have gods in it. You make deals with gods.
Okay.
But we don't really have. I think
No, we don't.
I guess we have gods in our world, but not quite gods at the same time.
Exactly.
So let's go back to emotion knight. The class die is a D8. We're filling the emotion. So what are we landing on? I suggested
Vigilance.
Vigilance?
I do like vigilance.
I feel like it's the most fitting for a tactician soldier. She's not going with rage. Doesn't seem particularly happy. Or have a lot of loathing, disgust, or boredom. Grief did hit me. She did lose 2 of her siblings.
Yes.
Mhm.
And her parents.
More than 2.
And that like vengeance can be fueled by that grief.
Amazement,
Yeah.
terror, admiration. So yeah, either vigilance or grief.
But would as much as your powers are feeling a specific sacred emotion. Yeah. I do like grief as well. Even if she's not like sad or pensive, but like that is the emotion. Like
It's like grieving, but a certain type of grieving.
yeah.
She's probably losing some platoon members, like on mission.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
things
yeah.
go bad.
But I think like she grieves internally, and people don't necessarily see that.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
it
still like
fuels her.
exactly. It's representative.
Because that in a sense is what it is asking. Like, it's what fuels the character. Like, what
Yeah,
emotion drives them.
Grief does make a lot of sense for this.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how vigilance is an emotion.
Yeah. I'm also very curious. Constant.
Because it's like anxiety.
Maybe.
That's my fucking sacred emotion. Let's see. Stats are represented by a number between 0 and 4. All stats start at 2 plus 2 points assigned as you wish. Get extra point on level 3. Okay, we'll say we're level 3. So everything is 2. And we have 3 points to place somewhere.
Very chill.
Obviously strength.
Love points.
And then charisma, intelligence.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Am I nice and rounded out?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh, willpower.
Gourd? Is that what that says?
Guard.
Gourd.
Gourd? Yes or no? Do you have
Gourd?
a gourd?
What gourds does your character have?
What kind of gourd? 2 gourds.
It's like, he's
Oh.
walking with gourds.
2 is a wisdom
Anything
plus
for a gourd
intelligence.
nowadays.
Set by her gear. Equipment. You have arcane weapon and pick one to explain your striking resemblance to harm. Does she have an uncanny danger sense? Scarred flesh that is incredibly resistant to pain? Does she have the finest armor and keep it in good condition, or something else? And we can fill it in.
Maybe she has like a family sword.
Ooh. Sword. Oh God.
The family sword.
Oh no. Oh no.
It doesn't fit.
One of those. Now I can't even change it.
Oh no.
All right.
Just
Well,
put-
we know what it says.
Sword.
Sword heirloom.
What is this fucking box that just? Okay, there you go.
Infern.
Sword.
Yeah, that works.
You are wearing. Does she go full helm? When she's I would assume not.
No, yeah, probably not.
Need their whole freaking.
Yeah,
Maybe full plate.
yeah, definitely full plate mail.
Her arcane weapon. It is either sharp, heavy, esoteric, or something else.
Sharp.
Oh yeah.
So that's a word.
All motion knights are channeled via their arcane weapon. Arcane weapons are sentient to communicate with their owner, audibly and with short range telepathy.
What the heck?
And strong sources of their owner's sacred emotion in their vicinity. So I guess this would be the embodiment of her grief. Maybe we could think of it like that way. Like maybe she hides her grief, and like her sword is what like contains all of it.
Yeah.
She like
What would that
feeds
grief?
it the grief.
Yeah. What would its personality be? That like repressed
sword?
grief. Yeah. Because you have to choose a personality for the sword.
She's just always depressed.
Yeah, it's just crying all the
Yeah,
time.
like grumpy,
Okay.
like just just frustrated.
Just always
Well,
on.
because
Yeah.
rage, if you choose rage, I think like it has to fit with, you know, if your sword's angry, then I think rage would be your emotion. So I think depressed.
Yeah.
But grumpy is not angry. Grumpy is like, "Ugh, I don't want to do this.
Grumpy. Okay.
It could be almost like faking the. No, we can go
not both.
like, yeah.
We could do
Yeah,
grumpy
we
and
could
depressed.
A little bit of both.
Grumpy and depressed. It has two emotions.
You can definitely be
Little
both.
column A, little column B. Your emotion scale. Oh yeah, this is also kind of what we're doing, Peter. With like but like we have it on all of our character sheets. This is just for this one.
Mhm.
Depending on how far down you are in the scale, you get more powerful, but you feed more into that emotion.
Okay. Consumed.
And maybe let's just choose one level up because we're level 3.
What the heck is this skill tree?
Dude, I think this is. I just love this system. It's like a. I forget what. Maybe it's like a D20 that's like flattened out.
Unfolded, yeah.
But wait, so
Yeah.
do I have do you have to fall? Because it says start, so you have to like move along. But what if you pick advance creative violence?
Can't
Like
move anywhere.
you can't go anywhere. You have to go to the left. And
You have to go to
Can't
the left,
go
I
up?
think, and then the left, and
Oh.
then.
No, but if
Yeah.
Well,
you start there, how do you get all the way to the right? I would think
Well,
if
you
you
could
start, you go into emotion draining.
I don't. Or can you pick
Oh.
from any corner that you're touching?
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If it's like you have to go directly to the arrow above it, so emotion draining,
Yeah.
then you can
But-
go right and left, or can you just immediately pick one of the four?
I think if I'm looking at that, I think you could immediately pick one of the 3 first ones. ends.
So not
That's what I'm
the 2
saying.
ends.
You would also
No,
be
I think
touching
from
advanced
start.
creative violence and nightmare as well.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I don't know.
I like the idea that it's a D20 decollapsed, but like, I don't know. This is stripping
That's
my brain out.
Round.
This guys, this is why you don't
Oh, what the?
go into.
I think you might have to
character
do
without
that.
Reading the book.
Oh, you're
And
just
then
checking them
go-
off. I thought the arrows were like giving you
No,
information.
no, no.
You go here, you
Little
go
check
here.
boxes.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, I think this might be like a key thing to your
Mhm.
class, but then
Right,
can
you just
go
have
one
that.
way or the other. And then you can like try and take as many shortcuts. It probably explains. So I guess we just have to take emotion training if we're only giving one level. Yeah, and it does that for all of them, and then like the Fool's class die is a D6, so this is just a D6. Like they represent flattened out shapes everywhere. It's like it's a little interesting. Like this is a D8 that's been flattened out. It's very like stylized. Like this is why I wouldn't use it for my own campaign.
It's like it's more. It feels like it's more game than TTRPG.
Like a board game kind of.
Like like a Call of Cthulhu type thing, maybe.
I think maybe but this is just for like combat, right? Like, because the TTRPG, the RP part is still the same.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
just
a
like
geeky
the way
part.
they're presenting the information too. It's giving me those vibes.
Okay, understood.
So, because I think like as a maybe like a flaw or just an aspect, we're missing out on a lot of like the personal stuff, like the note stuff, because
Right,
we're
like,
kind
I
of
thought that is
boxed
flavor, and I guess for them, they're saying, okay, the player will bring in the flavor afterwards.
in. Yeah.
What do you mean personal notes stuff?
Like before, we were like, oh, she's just like a soldier, so she can choose this, and like we're missing out, I think, on some of those choices, just because most of the time we're choosing from a small list, like just answering
Right.
very specific questions. So how do we feel about Photos the Grief Knight?
How feel say?
It's pretty unique.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely unique.
this one actually led to some I don't know,
Thought.
just like create like there was some new avenues like the talking sword. You know, it was like we were
Yep.
making like certain aspects of this character sheet which were very specific canon to the other character character sheet.
Oh, we didn't put its main trait: brutal, fast, or elegant.
Oh, you are right. Well, using Dex would not be good for her.
No. If this hit removes a gourd from your foe instead of
So is she brutal or is she
probably
fast?
I'd say brutal.
I guess she's not fast, so yeah.
She's a brute.
But there's an argument for fast, right? It's technically not actually fast because the mechanics just say remove 2 instead of 1.
Yeah,
But I think
for a gourd.
it's like if you pierce the guard kind of thing,
Yeah.
like a fast character would do kind of thing.
I get that, but like she's a tactician, right? So maybe she's
True. She knows weak points.
finding weak points, exploiting them.
But she's a tactician, and she knows that her greatest strength is her strength.
It's in fact her strength.
It
Oh,
literally
yeah.
is her greatest strength.
Tacticians lean into what they're good at.
That's true. That's true.
Are we going brutal?
Hard.
Brutal.
I think so.
Brutal. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. There's this part, I don't know if we want to touch it. Nightmare. After a bad night's sleep with a dream born of your sacred emotion, you will wake to find a magical steed beside you. Okay, wait, no, let's do this.
Wait.
Every time you have a bad night's sleep, say what you dreamed about. Some dreams have been known to be prophetic. So what is
What?
your fucking steed look like? Because she for sure has a fine steed in D&D Beyond. So what does that steed
The
look
nightmare.
Can it just be 4 dudes from the platoon that carry her around?
like?
On a pelican?
No, I think it's gonna be a reindeer. I think she's
Oh,
completely
of course.
embraced the life of the fool, you know. So they ride reindeer.
She's taking one of Chris's reindeer.
Well, no, there's more reindeer down there.
I know.
An extensive breeding program
Steve
for the
through
militia, for
Steve
the
named
cavalry.
Steve. Alright, Charmy has taken the right to name her steed.
That's fair.
Her steed.
Steedland.
Steve. The steed.
Steve.
Steve.
Like, from knowing something about a character completely removed from character creation, it guides you during character creation. You know, you're not making random choices of like what feels best out of what's given. It's like what feels best of what I know about this woman that we're like slowly building.
But then from there, as we're building it, we're discovering new things that we're gonna that we know about.
Because we're trying to make it fit. So, like, by making it fit, we're being creative about the character.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I feel a little better about this. Like you said, like the
Because
role
of the
play,
steed.
these things can come from the role play. Yeah, the steed, honestly, it ties it to pool. It's what it is. But I forget who said that. That's a good point, though. Like, whatever's not here, like you could just include it in your role play. You know, it doesn't have to be mechanically represented.
It's the flavor.
It's the flavor. Beautiful. 9:37. So we can kind of like wrap up, talk about what we've done, or try and blast through one more Powered by the Apocalypse.
Powered by the Apocalypse would probably be really fast, but we could also just compare the ones we've made.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like we can also like next time we do something like this, we can do Numenera, we can do other ones, so we could just save Powered by the Apocalypse for that next.
One of these.
For sure.
Beautiful.
We could also do like the Star Wars like 3.5 as opposed to Star Wars 5e because it'd be very similar to regular D&D, but we can go back to the D20 original D20 Star Wars game, which is a lot like 3.5, which is fun.
We can try Pathfinder's guess is pretty similar.
Yes.
Honestly, even out of all of them that we did today, maybe it's because I'm so familiar with it, but like D&D 5e still felt like I was like I feel most comfortable with this as like a character I would like want to play.
Agreed.
It felt more like fully fledged out.
Yeah.
Fleshed out rather, not fledged.
Yeah, no. Fully fledged.
Fully fledged.
There's definitely a bias for D&D.
But I believe it might be just because like I'm so familiar and like I've made so many characters that it just feels more right.
So you know the character through the sheet.
Yeah.
You know, a good exercise maybe would be the opposite. Starting away from D&D and then now we come to D&D. You know?
Yes.
I'm honestly thinking if it just as like a player, as somebody who likes making characters in TTRPGs, if you start with a Powered by the Apocalypse or Die or Kids on Bikes one, where it gives you like a playbook with things that are already pre-established, and then you try and convert that into the D&D ones.
I did that actually.
Oh yeah, you did. You made Drake.
For Drake when we were doing our level 20 campaigns.
Right. Was that difficult for you?
Not really. I think the
He
hardest
had
thing
like
was
dragon
finding-
powers, right?
I think the hardest thing was finding a class that fit who he like, what his powers were like able to do. I had an idea, but I had to like homebrew the character class. But again, because I knew D&D 5e, it was relatively easy to do.
Mhm.
Knew what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's like the D20 systems want to be broken.
Yeah,
They
it's
want
like,
you to find
Yeah.
your own solutions to things that don't work, you know?
Yeah.
to give you it's a little bit of a freedom, I suppose.
Yeah, it's great when you know how to do it, but like for a new
Yeah.
player, right? You're kind of boxed
Yeah.
It
in
is a lot
too.
for a new player, yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing a long time, and we know that there's a huge separation between what's on your sheet and how we role play. Like there are certain things that influence like the style of our role playing, but we're using that sheet to match what we want to role play. And I feel like a lot of new people are gonna use the sheet and make what's on the sheet and just kind of like role play off of that sheet, whereas we're doing the opposite.
Mhm.
We're making the sheet off of the role play, and that's just an experience thing as well. I think.
That's very true.
Familiarity thing.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, just making characters just because it was like something you'd never played before, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, there was a cool class or feature that you wanted to try.
They hadn't tried yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I just want to play like a Slurp Troop character. So how am I going to make that?
Quite the challenge.
The next time. What are we taking from DC 20 into, or I guess Bernie, what are you taking, if anything, to this NPC?
Would you take?
From DC 20?
We gave her, we gave her
Let me
chess
go
club
back
as
to
a
the page.
trade.
Okay,
You
we're
give her
there.
heavy riser.
We gave
Heavy
her
riser.
Heavy riser. Hold
Which
on.
is a detriment. It's not even like a positive thing.
I think that it works out as a positive in this game because it gives you more points. But like if we're taking it to our game where we're still playing in a 5e system, I definitely would not include heavy rise here.
No.
But what I would include is like the things like the sword. Like that sword is a great idea. Oh no, that's die. That's die.
Oh, that was die. That was die.
That was die.
Yeah, there's not
let me
much.
see.
Really, there was only this that we made up. Chess
The
club.
chess club. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a professional chess club. Everything else is pretty similar.
Everything
to,
else
like,
was
to
yeah.
D&D,
exactly.
honestly.
And the heavy riser.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
The only system that let us address her top heaviness.
I don't think it's necessary.
Well, depends who you're asking.
We could leave that roleplay that doesn't have to be represented in the character.
In the character sheet.
Very true. You know, true.
Huge beluga palooga punk.
I think yeah, that's amazing. And that should be said as many times as possible. It doesn't need to be like, calculate.
Yeah. Hey, back in the day, we used to roll for that, okay?
I know,
Yeah.
Cumley does. I know.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that it's not something everybody does. And it's not included in the game. There's a reason for
Because
that.
we're
We do
degenerates.
it because we're degenerates and we're perverts. That's right.
Amen, brother.
So here we are.
I guess
Here we
including motivation and
Yeah, that's
flaws in a character sheet is
Even
pretty cool.
fear is
Mhm.
nice too. The fear was good too.
Yeah. Like there is a
I like
spot for stuff like this in D&D, but it's
Mm-hmm.
well hidden away, especially on D&D Beyond. You're not finding it unless you're looking for it. Whereas here, it's like if you're looking at your sheet, you're seeing these things front and
And
center.
these also the things beneath where we're talking about skilled and strategy, and then if you go down, I think with loyal. Like, are those moves on your playlist?
They're I think you get bonuses if you're rolling with those things or something like that.
Okay.
I think if you're using your strategy.
This is
Not
some bikes is
sure.
very much like the Avatar game that we played because I've never actually played Fifth Element.
You did. The Christmas one shot was
Which
Kids
one?
on Bikes. With Vesuvius Chesterton and
Nick St. Cloud.
Nick St.
Goodness,
Cloud.
why is this not coming to me at all? When was this? How many years ago was this?
At
Last
most
year
two,
or 2
right?
years ago?
2 years
yeah,
ago.
1 or 2 years ago.
Who was my character?
You're, I think your mom was like drunk or something. Like you went to the bar, your mom was there, and she was wasted, or your dad was the bartender.
Was I drunk?
Yeah.
Was I hammered?
Shadim played like a snowboarding like.
That's all I
what's
remember.
up, dude?
This says nothing to me. This is
He's
completely
still
Peter played Rosie, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, or like a variant.
a variant. Yeah, she had a watch.
It's amazing.
You guys
Well-
went to like the radio station
Me dead.
to play a song to spread cheer. You don't remember any of this? Shit.
Guess we got to do it again.
Yes. You
Was
got-
I drunk?
The question is
Which
how.
was-
It was Christmas.
Where did I live?
Everyone lived in the same city.
Yeah.
Same town.
Oh, this is I was living. No. This is I was living
In
in.
real life, you mean?
Oh.
No, in real life.
Well,
I was living out in the
we
sticks.
shouldn't talk about
I was living out in the sticks, or I was living in the
We were
city.
still in Alexandria.
Okay. Yeah, I don't live there anymore. It's true. Okay, so I was in the sticks. Okay, this was a while ago. Yeah, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Black that.
Yeah, we already said we were in Montreal, so like, I feel like saying
I
a
pulled
a large
I
area.
pulled a Carl. I pulled a Carl. Black that.
Huh?
What? Eh. Ow.
Grief Night, Burns. What do you? You said you like the sword.
Yeah, this was a great idea.
Mhm.
I haven't looked at like the skill tree and stuff like that enough.
Yeah.
Moves and things. I really do, and that's something I've always liked. Is I like the different defenses. Like I like will defense, but like I guess it's very saving throws in the end end up being basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
Just I guess
the
sometimes
sword
it
is a good
sucks where
idea.
like the onus is on you to roll your whiz save instead of like
Yeah.
this is my willpower. You must break it with your own.
Yes,
roll.
yes, but whether it's me rolling it or you rolling it, in the end, it doesn't matter. I think what it does is it gives the players. I think the intention is instead of me, the DM, rolling against you, you're like, oh, can I make this? Can I do this thing? You know, am I able to? So I think that like especially in the three and a half, I think people were 3.5 was a very 3.5 was a particular mission. But I think like there was a lot of like tension maybe between players and DMs at certain times because it's a lot of the DM rolling, you know.
Yeah, very true.
And they switched that in kind of like 4th and then even more so in 5th, where it's more the players who are the ones rolling, you know.
Yeah.
In 4th, they did it because they introduced things like minions, and like it was just almost too simple because everything was like a little hard. It's almost like 4th edition was like a trading card game. Your abilities. You know?
Oh, all the actions and stuff.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I use 2 energy to play my trap card. I don't fucking know.
Mhm.
That's how I thought of it. Still had fun though.
What did we say?
Acid orb.
Acid orb. Yeah, we had good times.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Now she has a reindeer. You can just make that a thing in
Oh yeah.
in jams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A reindeer.
No, it
steed.
is not a thing. Pretty sure that was always going to be a thing. Reindeer are everywhere. It's cavalry.
Oh, of course.
So
Of course.
what I'm
Everybody's just
seeing,
flying right
is that essentially, what we want from our system eventually is like the power of a D20 system that lets you break it, right? Lets you do what you want with it, but it's presented like the Powered by the Apocalypse or the die system, where it gives you like, or maybe for new players, maybe there could be like these playbook options that people
Yeah.
could look through to easily just be like, oh, I want this option, this option, this option from this pre-made sort of character or idea.
Yeah.
And then if they want to really go further into it, they have all the tools, they have all the, the power of a D20 system.
I think it falls to us to make it like balanced enough that somebody who isn't a first-time player can say, I want to make my own playbook, and they can take from the other playbooks to make their own, and then maybe have other options as well. And obviously balancing when you're homebrewing anything is about talking with your DM, but yeah, just to make that streamlined within the system would be nice. Like almost a homebrew system.
Yeah.
To go with the system.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Because if we can't take our tools and make pre-made cool characters, then that will be a good idea of like, oh, we need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. What I'm hoping is that eventually, like if we do one of these again in the future, it's like it doesn't matter where our like starting point is, as long as like it ends up at our system, like we'll be able to make everything. Obviously that's very wishful thinking too. But the ideal vision of the tools and system, I think, will be that. Like, oh, you made it in die? Yeah, you can make it in ours. And you can make it in ours and then make it in die and have sort of similar ideas.
Yeah. Because even the sentient sword could just be a quality that you imbue to a weapon.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We don't have to make it an option. It could just be like your sword gets this quality to it, and you explain it by its sentience, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not that there aren't sentient swords. Just it's medium.
Wow, she went back to the character bit.
She refreshed the page. Well,
all right, fellas.
Good work, everyone. Do we all want to slowly do the sign off all at the same time?
Oh God, that's gonna be so bad.
Especially because you have to mention all this. Do you want to do a part each?
100%. Everybody, we all do it at the same time. You guys start first. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, thank you everyone so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you everyone.
Social medias,
you can find us on all the social medias.
X,
YouTube,
your mom's
TikTok.
Don't forget
you get the idea.
Thursday, 7:30 p.m. USD. Catch up on all our VODs on YouTube.
Next Tuesday.
What are we doing next?
Stay tuned for.
That's a good question.
Next Tuesday is going to be a look at other systems, similar to what we did on this Tuesday, but we're going to be focusing on combat. So rules of combat in various TTRPGs.
Oh wait, we John, I think I gave him. We said the 13th the 27th.
Okay. Hold up.
He said they both work, and that he's been texting me like he's ready, like he has this whole list up and everything.
Okay.
So
Also, just extra pets for pets at the moment.
Dougie. So, all right. Then stay tuned. Follow us on X for more information of our schedule and join us on Discord. And we'll keep you posted.
Follow up on X. I need to get X.
No, don't.
You trash. Okay?
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.